Hey, welcome back guys. It is Chief. I'm just gonna go ahead and start it off by saying I apologize to everyone that I have delayed on. I was supposed to get my next video up much sooner than what I have anticipated. Sorry for being late with it, but I am bringing it to you guys today. Will be explaining how to farm better for you guys that you can level yourself up faster and keep a sufficient amount of loot in your storages. So I'm going to be showing you guys my farming attack strategies on my TH8 account. So this would be what I call my mini chief. Um, right now what you're looking at would be my dragon army. You don't want to use this for farming considering how expensive it is. But you know, in this case I will, just because I did have it trained for war. But I haven't started a war in a little bit, so I was just kind of like pre-ready, if that makes sense. But since I, have it here, although there is a war going on right now and I can attack with this army, it is not my main war army, so I will not be using it in war. I'm going to be using a different army. It would be my Govok strategy. So in this case, I'm going to be using this for farming. However, since I did tell you guys that you don't want to be using dragons for farming, I am going to be showing you guys the armies that I use when I actually am legitimately farming without using war armies like I'm about to do for you guys now. So the next army that I have that I'm going to be training, yes, it's not trained yet. I will be gemming it for you guys. I have no problem with it. I will gem it for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what it is first before I launch this attack that I'm about to do. I just used the 17 giants, 20 archers, 5 wall breakers, 20 wizards, 1 hog rider, your 2 heal spells, and a rage spell. Of course, I've explained it before. You guys already know what the hog rider is for. Like, for anyone that's new to my channel or new to watching this video, the one hog rider, you wouldn't expect it to do much, and that's because its only job is to just lure clan castles. A lot of times when you're farming, you'll run into a base that has enemy troops inside there, and they can just totally screw up your attack, and you end up not scoring loot, or more than likely you're going to end up getting a no star, and it's very frustrating. So I always carry at least one hog rider with me just in case, so that if I lure troops out of there, I can kill them. And if the hog rider dies and there were no troops to begin with, that's good news. You probably have a higher chance of getting either a 3-star, or if not a 3-star, you will score yourself some good loot at the least, depending on the level of the base that you're attacking and the current town hall level that you sit at now. So that's the army I'll have going. So let's go ahead and get into my first attack. So it's going to be simple, just looking for a base with a decent amount of loot. Since I have plenty of elixir, but lower gold and not so much on the dark elixir, this base does carry good dark elixir. So it is kind of worth going for me, but I don't know, I kind of do want to get more gold. So let's just go ahead and keep searching. So guys, this is actually kind of what I do whenever I do farm. Like I'll look at bases that some of you would probably think is definitely worth attacking, and you're going to attack it if you were me. And if you're gonna be the kind of guy that wants to score as much loot as possible to level up as fast as possible, or even if you have no builders available but you still want to score a lot of loot so that you're ready to get your next set of upgrades going when the builders are available, then this is the way you're really going to want to go about it. You're going to want to just keep searching for that certain base that is carrying just the right amount of loot that satisfies you. I'm not saying do exactly what I do by constantly searching through the clouds for a particular base to hit. You know what? For a TH7, he's actually carrying a decent amount of gold. However, I'm not going to settle for 500,000 of dark elixir. So, we'll keep searching. This is kind of an issue when you're farming, is that sometimes you just have to be patient when it comes to scoring good loot. You know what? This base is actually worth hitting. I'm gonna hit this base right here. Now I don't have a hog rider to lure the clan castle, which is bad news considering that this is an active base because he has an air defense upgrading. So there is a slight chance he has troops in that clan castle. However, if there are ground troops, I am in luck. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to want to approach this base from behind the air sweeper. So we're going to hit this air defense right here. Always love dropping all the spells at once, it saves time. We'll drop ourselves a Barbarian King. We'll drop a dragon here on these builder huts. I don't know why, you know, putting builder huts in the corners, it works when you're a lower town hall because lower town hall levels tend to be the newer people to the game, I should say. So, you know, generally they're not going to be aware of builder huts in the corners. But once you become a higher level, you're just, I don't know, it's just obvious to look out for this. I'm not sure if my volume's too loud, guys. I'm sorry. Let me turn this down for you. So, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the rest of the dragons in, and we are gonna hit this base with our loons, and let's rage them in there. So this is basically how I would do it if I'm gonna farm my dragons. However, I don't recommend it considering that the dragons are mainly a war army, not a farming army. They're not always the best to take though. You know, they're not a promising kind of army. You know, as you can see, that fast air defense right there is actually kind of ruining my army strategy right now. So chances are, I am not going to get what I want to get, which is the loot. Which is unfortunate. But, you know, I didn't exactly fully, you know, scout out this base. I did look around it, but, you know, I didn't really care how I deployed the troops. And then, not to mention, if I did carry myself clan castle troops, like let's say if I had at least 5 level 7 balloons and a haste spell inside my clan castle, I easily could have 3-starred this base, because then the balloons I just used to take out the first air defense, the level 7 balloons, I could have dropped them up here by the top by the wizard tower and haste spell them to take out the wizard tower, to the air defense, to the archer tower, or whatever the order would be, but they would definitely make it because that air defense wouldn't be able to handle the amount of health that they carry. So, this is going to be a fail, guys. I'm just going to end it. This is not even worth taking. That is really bad loot that I got, considering I spent probably like 300,000 elixir on the army. Well, in this case, I actually, you know, trained this army whenever they had the discounts on all the troops. So maybe I'm actually fortunate. I didn't spend too much on the army. However, had I did this after that event ended, I did just lose like a little over 100,000 elixir, which is not what you want. But, you know, whenever you're searching for a base to attack in the clouds, you're not really spending all that much gold to find a base. So I did score some gold in the end at least, so that's good news. The dark elixir, not so much. You know, I still want to hit those thousands. So here it is, guys. This is the army. I will gem it like I said I will for you guys. So let's go ahead and gem it. Now for some people, I don't know why, like I don't know if anyone has ever viewed General Tony. Shout out to him. He's a wonderful Clash of Clans YouTuber. You should definitely check him out. But he always gems the army, or not the army, I should say, the hero, by clicking on their altars. You know, you really don't have to do that. There's a much faster way to do it, just in case some of you don't know it. You can literally just tap on the icon here, and just like that, your hero will be fully healed and be ready for the next attack to launch. I would donate troops to myself, but in this case, you know, for those of you who have to go into a farming attack without troops because, let's say, your clanmates are unavailable at the moment, and because, you know, everyone has school, everyone has work, we all have busy lives, so, you know, you definitely get your troops donated to you, but you're not always going to get them right away when you want them. You'd have to be patient and wait for them, you know, later on, whether it's an hour later, 30 minutes later, or later that night. Doesn't matter. Sometimes you can't just always have clan castle troops. In this case, I could get them whenever I want, but it's just not worth the training right now. I just want to show you guys how it would be like to be farming with this kind of army when you don't have a dark spell and you don't have anything in your clan castle. So let's go ahead and get into how I go about my farming. Guys, the goal is that you want to look for either dead bases that are on the weaker side, I could say. Depends on the level of your troops from your laboratory, because if you're maxed out, then you can hit more maxed out bases. But if your troops are not maxed out yet, don't go for those tough bases. Go for bases that are a little bit weaker. So this is actually a good base right here. This is actually totally worth hitting. I'm definitely going to attack this one. So the way I'm going to look at it is I'm going to look at how I'll lure the clan castle. He's not in a clan, so he might not have troops, to be honest. But it's always worth checking. So we're going to send it to the archer tower. And he has no troops in the clan castle. That is good news. So we're just going to take out these corners here. Oops. Yeah, we'll take out these corners with these archers. And then we'll probably start from the right-hand side here, because he has 5 defense buildings right there, perfectly lined up. So the sooner I take those out, the less defense buildings there are remaining on the base. So let's go ahead and drop our giants in. The mortars will crash on them. Drop the wall breakers, and we'll drop a heal spell on them. So let's go ahead and put the king down. And what I like to do is I like to spread my archers out, because I want to try to create a funnel, because you don't want the king walking around the base. You want him to go into the core with your giants. So I'm going to put these wizards here. I want the king to go towards the core. And there he goes. He's going towards the core. So I do have those skeletons and the enemy Barb King destroying my giants, which is bad news. But no worries. They will get to it. They will survive. So looks like they're doing pretty good here so far. I don't expect to get the 3-star. However, I do see myself getting the loot that I want. So, yep. This might be a 3-star actually. I'm actually gonna see where this goes. So we're gonna rage our giants. Let's get them through. Use the king's ability. And there we have it. This base is getting pretty wrecked right now. And as you can see, all of the loot that was there is scored at this point. I mean, there might be a little bit left, but I have stolen the majority of it. So we'll see. This might be a 3-star. I really can't tell yet, because those giants are kind of getting shocked to death by that hidden Tesla. But if those wizards can come behind them and take out the hidden Tesla in time, then this will for sure be a 3-star. That's all I really need is for my wizards to make it there. Will they make it? Yes, this will be a 3-star. So there you have it, guys. That's how you use this kind of farming army. Now, some of you have your own strategies. I get that. But, you know, if it's not working for you, then you should definitely ask me questions about it so that I can explain it to you better. So that way you might be able to use your particular strategy in a better way so that it can help you, you know, later on when you're farming some more. Or if you want to try this attack strategy I was just now using, go ahead and take a look at it, pause the video, and go ahead and either write it down, take a screenshot, whatever you have to do. Just go ahead and copy this army and give it a try. Just remember that when you're going to use this strategy, you're going to want to use the Hog Rider to test if there's any troops you need to lure out of the clan castle. And if there is no troops in there, then just go ahead and deploy your giants. Go ahead and put your archers and wizards right behind them to create a funnel so that when your hero is deployed, he will go straight to the core with your giants, and he will help your giants out by taking out some of the defense buildings as well as the other buildings that are not defense buildings, so that when your wizards and archers start working their way towards the core with them, they're not focused on, you know, those buildings that could be getting them killed, because the defense buildings would still be there and taking them out. You want those defense buildings taken out as soon as possible. So that is it, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, or if you are in my clan, feel free to ask me in the clan chat, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. If you want me to do another farming video with a different kind of strategy, and if you want it to be your army strategy, just go ahead and tell me what army strategy you use, and I will do a video on that to show you guys how you could make it work for you better. So that's going to be it, guys. Your chief is out. Have a good day.